So here's how you change these permanent options default settings in Inventor. You go over here where it says the big I. You click on it. You click on options. It opens up this window. This window controls everything. And you want to be real careful with it because you can change things that will screw you up. And it's a little bit hard to figure out what you did. Okay? So just use caution. So the first thing we want to do is go over here where it says sketching. Do you see where it says sketch all the way over on the left-hand side? This controls what your screen looks like when you are, you want to take a wild guess? Sketching. So it's the constraints that's driving me crazy. So I'm going to click on settings for constraints. And right now, you guys have it a check for show constraints and a check for display constraints on creation, right? I would take those off. Then your sketch won't be scattered with those little parallel and perpendicular line symbols. Right here at the top, I just take these three off. Okay, I went to sketch. So over at the far left. Okay, now if you want to see like grid lines when you're sketching, you can check that. I like seeing the coordinate system, so I put that. If you don't like seeing grid lines, uncheck it. If you don't like seeing the axes, uncheck it. That's where you can kind of control some of that stuff. Underneath drawing, we don't want to do anything underneath that one. Underneath assembly, it's on the top. Underneath assembly. Right now, it has a check in place. It doesn't have a check, and we want one right here. This one's very critical. Right here, it says place and ground first component at origin. You want to check right there where it says place and ground first origin at first component at origin. What that means is whatever piece you pull in first to your assembly is locked into place, and then you build your puzzle cube around it, as opposed to everything being free form and moving, which can be annoying. Okay, now if you want to change like your default settings for your color, remember how I showed you that's here. For your part file, this is where you can change some of the stuff you see on the part file, the stuff you see displayed. As I said, this is where all that is. Just be cautious using it because it's hard to return to default factory settings. So you can see I got my grid lines on there now, so I can see my grids. If grid lines annoy you, and actually I think those grid lines are going to annoy me, so I'm going to take them off. Options. Okay. Any questions? All right, so I am now going to